Chapter 36 drops on the 20th of July, but that doesn't really mean much since the spoilers start dropping a week earlier than that. So we can start expecting the spoilers in about 4 days from the time I'm uploading this video. And we definitely have to talk about it before it comes out because there's a lot of things that could happen. So before we hop into the video, go ahead and show some love to the channel by liking the video and sharing it out to other like-minded Boruto fans like your beautiful self. You did it? Okay, cool. Now we can hop into the video. So in this past chapter, it set up the next arc of Two Blue Vortex. Coming off the Mamushi arc, I can't speak for everyone, but I wanted something fresh. The Mamushi invasion arc lasted about half a year, so I was expecting it to end very soon. So it seems like this arc is going to be very interesting, mostly because I just love Code as a character. Now don't get me wrong, yes, I do think he is considered the loser of the Boruto series, but he is still a good character. You can't deny that whenever Code is in the story, it is pretty entertaining, whether he's doing something sneaky or getting the stuffing beat out of him. So that's why even though in this arc, we'll probably see a lot of Code, I do have high hopes it's going to be one of the best. So I talked about the next arc and what's going to be the premise behind it, and just in case you didn't see that video, I'll just shortly cover that with you. So Code is going after Sarada. It's time that he tried to take down Boruto, but due to his overwhelming power, it seems like Code will have to take another approach to unaliving him. So because he knows how close he is to Sarada, that's his new target, to kidnap Sarada to lure Boruto into a trap. That's Code's big idea. But because of prescience, Boruto is and will always be one step ahead of him. So he went back to Konoha to find Sarada and tell her. And you might have thought his initial idea was just to protect her against Code, or even use this as an opportunity to hit Code with a sneak attack, the same to which Code did him in the previous chapter. But no, Boruto isn't trying to protect Sarada, he isn't even trying to get rid of Code. He wants to use Code to gain access to the Divine Tree's main base. Because Code is likely to take Sarada there, Boruto sees this as the perfect opportunity to take the fight to them instead of the other way around. Actually, now that I think about it, we don't really know the real reason why Boruto wants to do this, now do we? Yeah, it could be for any reason. He may want to start planning a counterattack for all we know. Maybe he wants to do a sneak attack on Jura. Well, there's many reasons why he could want Sarada to let herself get kidnapped, but what makes the most sense to me is one thing. He wants to save Sasuke. So I truly believe this arc is about Sasuke and saving him from the same fate dealt to Bug. When Boruto seen Bug's thorn soul burn out, it was more traumatic for him than we thought. And not because he cares about Bug, he barely even knows the guy. That's not the problem here. The problem is that Sasuke is unfortunately in the same situation, meaning if they're not careful, this could happen to Sasuke. And once that happens, that's it. That's the end for him. So this caused a bit of restlessness within Boruto. It caused him to want to act a bit prematurely. I say prematurely because, for one, Kashin Koji does not know that Boruto is doing this. Do you honestly believe that Koji would tell Boruto to do something like this, knowing he didn't get any future updates yet? Koji is a very careful man. He wouldn't tell Boruto to do anything this dangerous unless he's seen a future where he was successful in doing what he wanted to do, and then he would guide him towards that future. But now, not only did Koji not get any updates, he probably won't be available for the foreseeable future. So that means he can't even guide Boruto. And I do plan to get to him in a second because he's gonna play a big role in this next chapter as well. But anyway, this entire mission is based off the notion that the longer Boruto lets Hidari live, it serves worse for Sasuke. So the whole ideology behind this mission is to defeat Hidari and save Sasuke. And Boruto knows where to find him. The only problem is getting there. But that's where Code comes in. He's unknowingly going to assist Boruto by kidnapping Sarada. Now, when he arrives, the actual hard part is finding a way to defeat Hidari and not tangle with Jura. I believe Boruto thinks he can just dispose of Code whenever he wants, so he's not an immediate threat. Boruto and Sarada already took down Hidari once as well. So, like I said, the only problem is Jura. How will they defeat Hidari and at the same time keep Jura at bay? I don't know if it's possible right now. So, because it's not possible, there must be more to the plan that we're just not seeing yet. Because remember, If Hidari just sees Boruto and Sarada, then Jura gets notified immediately because of the Rinnegan. It's those annoying shared senses. That's the problem. So them fighting Hidari without notifying Jura probably isn't possible. And that's a big deal because Jura, he loves Hidari now. I'ma just say it how it is. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it or nothing. He loves Hidari. They share a deeper connection than he did with the rest of the Shinju. So that's another big problem. Jura even said that when he imagined a world without Hidari, he experienced great feelings of sadness. And also that he didn't want him to go dying on him. You can call it foreshadowing. I'm not even gonna argue with you on that, because I believe it might be as well. Jura telling Hidari that he'll feel sad without him and don't go dying on him, that's not just a common heartfelt conversation, it's a message. A sign that Hidari could be in danger very soon. There's a reason for everything Ikimoto does, even making Hidari the chapter cover. Like, there's a reason for that. And the reason he's showing us Jura and Hidari's new deepened relationship now of all times is because of what's to come in the future. This is gonna make it harder for Boruto to save Sasuke. So the question now is, how does he defeat Hidari without alerting Jura? My immediate answer is, he doesn't. So this isn't going to be when Sasuke returns. I don't think Boruto can do this, because he doesn't know how Jura feels about Hidari. He doesn't know that he doesn't view them equally. When they brought down Ryu, when they brought down Matsuri, even Mamushi, Jura didn't come to rescue them. And you could say the only reason Jura saved Hidari the first time was just because he was in the vicinity. So it's like, maybe Jura won't interfere. I was watching a Naruto Explain video, which I reacted to and it's up on the channel now. But in that video, he said that maybe Jura goes to Konoha in search of a cat for Hidari. It seems a bit weird, but at the same time, it makes perfect sense. Because in this chapter, we learned that Hidari has a thing for cats. It seems that Sasuke liked cats. I didn't even know he liked cats. I always thought he was more of a dog lover. Even though I believe to know a lot about the Naruto series, there's still little quirks and fun facts about characters that I still don't know. But that's besides the fact. This could be the thing that gets Jura away from Hidari, according to some people around the community. Now, because of what I said about the Rinnegan and him loving Hidari, I don't think this would work. But it is in the realm of possibility, so that's why I will mention it. Now, even though Jura is technically the most dangerous, he isn't the only thing that's standing in Boruto's way. There's another way this mission could fail, and that's due to Kashin Koji getting kidnapped as well, but by Kawaki and Amato. Now, I imagine it won't take long for them to realize that Koji is in trouble, especially if his summoning toes disappear. Currently, Shikamaru, Boruto, and Inojin all have a toad on them, because they're the immediate people that Koji wants to be able to contact. And if they suddenly disappear, they all might think something is happening with Koji. And let's say there is a scenario that only Inojin is aware of this problem, mostly because he was the last person that talked with Koji. Then I think Inojin would be the one trying to connect to Boruto via mind transmission to inform him about the issue. Either way, Boruto has to be involved, because he's the only person who's capable of getting back to Kashin Koji without being reverse summoned. Even Shikamaru never met Koji face to face. So now it's really all up to Boruto. He has to be the one to investigate this problem. So what if this gets in the way of him rescuing Sarada? What if Code arrives in Konoha to get Sarada as soon as next chapter? So now we're presented with a scenario where Boruto would have to choose between Sarada and Koji. We don't know Amato's intentions, so that makes this a little bit more complicated. We don't know if he's just trying to talk to Koji, or something a little bit more. I don't think he just wants to talk, because if they did, was shutting him down really necessary? The worst thing that Amato could do is extract prescience from him, if that's even possible. I don't think he can do it, but at this point we just don't know what Amato is capable of. So next chapter, Boruto could be presented with a big decision, help Koji or Sarada. And depending on his own choice, it could cause some serious repercussions for the future. I know how he feels about Sarada and all, but is saving her really the best choice right now? Well, he won't know because prescience is not on his side for the first time into Blue Vortex. And I guess I'm kind of excited for that. For the first time in forever, we're getting a sense of uncertainty. We don't know what's in store for us, and Boruto doesn't know either. So Boruto is going to have to use his own wit and decision making to make an impact on the future. which I can't wait to see. It's his first steps into becoming his own man. Not to say he isn't his own man right now, but it's something we know he's going to have to do, because Koji is most likely not always going to be around. Boruto is going to get his own sense of foresight soon, and from that, he must use his own judgment on how to shape the future, and then he will become the true Star of Hope. So this chapter is just going to be building Boruto up for that role. With Koji out of the question, and Code on his way to Konoha, this arc will go based on Boruto's own decisions, and his decisions alone. But no matter what happens, I just don't think there's a way for Boruto to bring Sasuke back at this point. There's just too much things going against him, and he'll soon realize that. I mean, Sasuke will come back, but it won't be until a later time. So that's what I mainly expect for next chapter. I expect a Code appearance, Sarada goes along with the plan, just like how we think, and Boruto will watch her get taken away from a distance. I feel if Boruto was there when Code is taking Sarada away, then he'll know for sure that they're up to something. So Boruto cannot be there. Absolutely not. So he'll be watching from a distance, but Inojin will tell Boruto that something happened to Kashin Koji. As he's telling him the situation, Boruto will have to make a decision. If he chooses to investigate the Koji situation, then Sarada could have to endure whatever happens longer than expected against Code and the Shinju. So that could be interesting for her, because we might see Sarada versus Code, or maybe she battles against the Shinju. She definitely won't win against all of them, but it'll be fun to see her in a sort of life or death situation and how she responds to that. On the other side, if Boruto chooses to save Sarada, he leaves Koji susceptible to whatever Amato chooses to do with him. And I repeat, since we don't know his intentions, that makes the situation even worse. Now, of course, before I end the video, I want to talk about the chapter cover. I always love trying to predict the cover because, for the most part, I feel like I'm right more than I'm wrong. I think last chapter I was wrong. I said Amato, when it turns out it was Hidari. But for this chapter, I'm going to say Amato again. I think he definitely gets the cover this month. And I'm only saying that because of the overall crazy impact he had in this past chapter. Giving Kawaki more power, being able to manipulate him into capturing Koji, all of it. So I'm like 80% sure he's gonna get that cover this month. Could be wrong, but I'm confident on that answer. But besides that, I think this is the perfect time to end the video. As always, let me know what you guys think will happen next chapter. Maybe leave your own prediction down below. Oh, and the hot takes video for this month will be out maybe the 11th. So I hope you all left your predictions in my community tab for that. But yeah, if you all enjoyed this video and don't mind seeing more like this in the near future, go ahead and drop a like, comment, subscribe, and turn on them post notifications so you don't miss another video like this or when I go live for chapter spoilers. And until my next one, I'll see you boys and girls later. And I'm out. Peace.